everybody. I hope that you feel fine and you're safe and everything is okay. This is Miss Julia. I hope that you can still recognize me. But, well, let's start our lesson. Well, first of all, who can tell me what day is it today? Yep, today is Monday, the 6th of April, 2020. Now, please, as usual, pause the video and write down the date. Okay, now let's have a look at this slide. You can see 7 sentences. You can see verbs could and can because they are underlined. And in this exercise, you need to choose between them. And I hope that you can all remember that we use can when we talk about present, and we use could when we want to talk about past. So now please put the video on pause. Think about your answers, come back, and we will check your answers. Okay, now let's check your answers. Penguins can swim very well. I could run very fast when I was younger. It is snowing, so we can't go out now. Yesterday we couldn't play. And he has a broken leg, so he can't walk for a few days. I couldn't sleep last night. And we came as fast as we could, because came is a past simple of the verb to come, приходить. I came, пришли, приехали. So that is why we use could here. Okay, now let's think about today's topic. You can see a big question mark. Все видите большой знак вопроса. And now you can see words can and could. So yeah, I hope that you all guessed, because today we're going to talk about can and could interrogative. Can и could в вопросительных предложениях. Okay, but before we'll start talking about interrogative sentences, let's remember how we form affirmative and negative. Давайте с вами сначала вспомним, как мы с вами составляем утвердительные и отрицательные предложения. So, as you can see from the table, как вы можете видеть из таблицы, at first we have subject. Сначала у нас идет с вами подлежащее. Then we have verbs can or can't or cannot. And then we have infinitive or main verb. Да? Дальше у нас с вами идет инфинитив. Инфинитив — это начальная форма глагола. Или еще его называют у нас main verb, основной главный глагол, потому что смысловой глагол, потому что именно он у нас передает смысл. Да? Мы не можем с вами просто спросить can you, потому что непонятно. Can you что? Да, вот когда мы спрашиваем с вами, например, can you swim, уже понятно, да, о чем идет речь. О способности плавать. Okay, and now let's have here we have a little scheme. Subject plus can plus infinitive or main verb. And now let's have a look. Here we have can plus subject plus infinitive or main verb and the question mark. So now please try to guess what is the order of the interrogative sentence. Сейчас, пожалуйста, попробуйте догадаться, какой у нас будет с вами порядок слов в вопросительном предложении. А в вопросительном предложении у нас будет следующий с вами порядок слов. Can plus subject плюс подлежащее and plus infinitive or main verb. And don't forget about a question mark. И не забываем про вопросительный знак в конце предложения. Okay, and now let's have a look at this exercise. The task is to write questions using the verb can and words from the table. Задание очень простое. Нужно составить вопрос, используя глагол can и слова из таблицы. In this table you can see subject and main verb. Вы можете видеть подлежащее и смысловой глагол. And you can see an example for can she juggle? А умеет ли она жонглировать? Комбинация подлежащих и смысловых глаголов может быть любая, тут все ограничивается вашей фантазией. So you need to create at least 4 sentences and you need to write them down in your copybook. Good luck. Okay, and now let's have a look at this table and let's remember how to create affirmative and negative sentences with the verb could. As you all remember, we need subject, we need the verb could, couldn't, or could not, and we need the main verb like do, play, see, or come, for example. And now, please think, what do we need to do to create an interrogative sentence? Yes, at first we need a verb could, then we need a subject, and then we need a main verb, and we don't forget about question mark. Okay, now you can see a picture with the dialogue of two girls, and what you need to do is you need to read this dialogue, and then you need to look and answer to these questions. So the first question is, how do we form a question from a sentence I could ride a bike? Первый вопрос для вас. Как нам с вами составить вопросительное предложение из утвердительного I could ride a bike? Next question. Is the main verb in the past? Как смысловой глагол у нас с вами в прошедшей форме стоит или нет? And the next question is, what are two possible answers? И какие у нас два возможных ответа на вопросы типа could you? You need to pause the video and think about your answers and write them down in your copybook and then come back and we will check your answers. Okay, let's check your answers. So the first is, could you ride a bike? Next is, no, it is not. Yes, I could, and no, I couldn't. Внимательные ребята могли заметить в углу презентации небольшую подсказку на этот счет. И если вы заметили, то вы молодцы. Okay, and now let's have a look at this exercise. You can see sentences with gaps, and what you need to do is you need to read the story and complete the words. Please put the video on pause and then come back and we will check your answers. Okay, now let's check the answers. When I was small, I couldn't do a lot of things. When I was 1, I could walk. When I was 5, I could run fast, but I couldn't swim. When I was 7, I could do a lot more. I could swim and I could ride a scooter, but I still couldn't play the piano. And I couldn't juggle. Okay, and in next exercise, you need to unscramble the questions and then you need to ask them. Let's have a look at the example. Sentence number 1, we have words. You were a, when, 5, you, somersault, do, could. So what you need to do is you need to put them in the right order. Like, when you were 5, could you do a somersault? So you have sentences number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to write down in your copybook and then come back and we will check your answers. Okay, I hope that now you are ready to check your answers. Sentence number 2. When you were 8, could you rollerblade? And please don't forget about the comma. Да, надеюсь, никто не забыл насчет запятой, которая делит у нас две части предложения. When you were 8, запятая, could you rollerblade? Sentence number 3. When you were 1, could you swim? Sentence number 4. When you were 7, could you ride a bike? Number 5. When you were 6, could you ride a scooter? And number 6. When you were 4, could you play a musical instrument? Okay, and here is the next exercise. What you need to do here is you need to write your questions to Miss Ella and Miss Julia, to me. You need to use could and then you were to find out what we could do when we were children. And for example, when you were 6, could you play the piano? And don't forget that you should write 5 questions at least, да, по меньшей мере 5 вопросов, and we will answer them, and please be creative and have fun while writing your questions to us. Okay? Okay, it was our last exercise for today. But still, what I want you to do is to answer these questions. Can you talk about what you could or couldn't do when you were younger? And can you ask people what they could do when they were younger? Just answer yes or no. And as usual, don't forget to do the exercises attached to today's lesson. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.